go ahead and flip my camera. And we're going to start the constellation. All right, everyone, with your pieces of paper, we're going to ground ourselves. We're going to put ourselves in the field right now. So you're going to take your piece of paper. We're going to get my camera to be clear. And you're going to write on this piece of paper, me, now, with that arrow. So we're going to get really present to you now. We're going to place me now, so this is you now, into the field, pretty much in the center right here. I'm going to walk you through step by step. So place your hand on the piece of paper with me now, and you're going to start to channel, okay? You're going to start to receive information. So noticing what you're noticing what's happening within your body, thoughts, feelings, sensations. Then noticing how you're relating to what's around you. And I'll give you a few moments of silence to really feel into that. So getting really present. Noticing if support feels like some of you are already feeling some support around you. A lot of you have been doing constellation work with me a lot lately. So noticing that support. I'm seeing some ancestors, I'm seeing some guides and angels healing. So really presencing them. Feels like some of you are really being supported right now. Really feeling that. Noticing what's happening up here for you. Anything showing up? How are you relating to what's around you right now? And I'll take a few shares. Who wants to share? And just unmute yourself. Hisa, can I have you start?
Hi, I'm Hisa. What I'm noticing, or I'm okay. I find myself integrating a lot of things, and what's in front of me, in front of me is two different things. One is the situation that we're all in with the situation that's happening now, the quarantine, you know, the drastic changes that we had to do with our lives.
Yeah.
And then the other level is the what is unseen, what we don't usually see.
Yeah.
Which is for me a lot of psychological, psychic, spiritual integration.
Yeah.
That's coming into the forefront. So it's almost like I'm dealing with two things.
Mm-hmm. And so noticing for you, he said, noticing where you are in your body, because it feels like when you were speaking, you were leaving your body a little bit. So just really feeling yourself grounded, feet planted on the ground when you were relating to those two things that are in your field right now. Okay, that's the message that's coming through. Let's have one more person share what shows up for them, standing in the shoes of me now.
This is Terrence. I just had a quick message that I got was that I require downtime.
Yeah. Yeah. Message was loud and clear for you, isn't it, Terrence?
Yeah, it is. It was an odd thing to share, but it's kind of what I need, and so which makes me feel a little better because I kind of want to keep going and I need to just rest. So thank you.
So it says I hear your guides telling you that, and they're like, that's it. It's just that's it. They're giving you very simple, clear messages. Let's add the next thing to our field. We're gonna add Mother Earth. And I think, Terrence, you were kind of tapping into what was next too. I was feeling in your field. We're gonna place Mother Earth across from us here. So let's place our hand on Mother Earth. Again, channeling, noticing what's coming up for you. How does Mother Earth feel? What is she like? So just take a few moments to notice in her shoes. How does she appear to you? She may be giving you some messages right now. How is she feeling? Especially around right now, this time. Now I want you to now feel into me now. How does me now, how do you feel in relation to Mother Earth? If there is a movement to go towards her, please do that. It feels like that is there for some of you. If there's a message to Mother Earth, give that to her now. Some of you, I'm seeing some bowing down, feeling humble in her presence, feeling gratitude. Give her that. Place one finger on me now and the other fingers on Mother Earth. So feeling that connection together. Feel how connected you are. Feeling both pieces of paper together. Feeling that connection. Notice the energy exchange. Who wants to share? What is that experience like for you? What is it like to stand in the shoes of Mother Earth? Any messages? What does she have to say?
I had a very interesting message. I had immediately had a picture of like a public restroom where when they're cleaning it up and it's like closed for maintenance.
Mm. Yeah, she's repairing right now.
Right.
Yeah. And how is her demeanor?
She's just, it almost feels like she's the person that is cleaning that bathroom right now. She's very matter of fact, very, I'm doing work right now.
Yeah. And how is she in relation to, how are you in relation to her, Hisa?
I'm just waiting. It's almost like when you are trying to use like the restaurant bathroom and it's, you know, and there's a maintenance worker that's cleaning it up. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting at the door.
Can we see what it's like to take a step towards her?
Okay.
Let's take a step towards her.
Okay.
Ask her if say, can I still connect with you?
Yes. She says, we all have to do this.
Yeah. So can I still connect with you while you're repairing? I was feeling that you were disconnected from her.
Not disconnected, but more like I was just passively waiting.
So there is a separation.
Right.
So let's connect with her again. Let's take another step to her. Let's actually touch the piece of paper with her so you're connected to her. And let's feel into that. There's a sense of I have to wait and I'm separating myself from you. So let's actually just reconnect with her.
Okay.
Let's see how that feels. What do you notice?
The message of let's all do our part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have the image of myself taking the garbage out of my own apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said, just feel into this connection for a little bit longer. Okay.
Okay.
The sense is we've been self-isolating, so we have felt separate from Mother Earth as a collective. Let's bring in the next step. So we're going to bring in the sun. So right, the sun. We're going to place the sun next to Mother Earth. And let's feel into the sun. So first feeling into how the sun is, what shows up as the sun. And then feeling back into you, and let's actually look at the sun. Let's actually feel the sun. So looking right at it, feeling its warmth, receiving that warmth, feeling that in your body. Where do you feel that in your body? See if there's any message from the sun to you. You can feel how Mother Earth is relating to the sun by placing your hand on Mother Earth. How does the sun and Mother Earth relate to one another? Is there something the sun wants to give to you? Does someone want to share their experience here?
I would like to, but I also would like to go kind of a little bit back. My experience with Mother Earth was very supportive. And so we were like super close, and it was really easy kind of, you know, taking the step towards Mother Earth, and it was connected through an infinity symbol.
Yeah.
And I thought that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the sun came in, it first felt neutral, and then I felt the warmth, and then when I looked at the sun, it changed because I felt the warmth everywhere in my body. It was really beautiful, and it felt like, yes, she is, okay, for me it's a she. It's not for everybody, I know. Shining a light on everything and the situation, and also both together are trying to get a message across to come back into balance.
Yeah.
And that was very clear. So, so there's a lot of this connection.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, let's go to the next step. We're going to bring in the moon. So we'll place the moon next to the sun. So feeling into the moon, and let's go ahead and move you over so that you can see the moon. Also receiving the energy of the moon. What does that feel like? You can place your hand on the moon and the other hand on me now, feeling into both. How does the moon show up for you? See if there are any messages from the moon for you. Is there a movement towards the moon? Feels like some of you there is. Feels like some of you there's actually an embrace. A deep gratitude. Who would like to share?
The moon is really inviting me to walk in the moonlight.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. And how does that feel, Hisa?
It's very, very inviting and supportive.
Mm-hmm. Is that like a literal walking in the moonlight?
Yes,
Yeah, like go out tonight and walk in the moonlight, Hisa.
exactly.
Moon bathe. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go to the next step. We are going to add, right, feeling the earth. So it's feeling the earth. And again, that arrow is the direction in which these are facing. So we're going to place feeling the earth next to Mother Earth. And again, as we're doing the tabletop constellations, just turning yourself, because we're just doing a still shot of the constellation right here. So just turning yourself to feeling the earth. Now feel into feeling that earth and see what shows up for you. See how that feels. Again, you can place one hand on me now and one hand on feeling the earth. Feels like immediately some of you there is movement to feeling the earth. It actually feels like for some of you there's movement as far as integrating that. So placing me now on feeling the earth. So feeling the earth feels like you're grounded, and feet bare on the earth. Just feel into that. And actually, let's do this. If you haven't done that, go ahead and integrate that right now. Feel how that feels to have me now on top of feeling the earth integrated. Notice how that feels throughout your body, receiving that healing energy from the earth, asking the earth to remove what she wants so that it can heal you, and that's what she needs. So that exchange of energy. And again, receiving healing from her. Some of you, it looks like now when you do that, you're looking around, looking at the sky, noticing how it feels to be outside. Who wants to share? Anyone want to share?
I will.
Yes.
Do I just go ahead and share?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think I'm just noticing how differently I feel towards each of these elements, which is really kind of cool for me. Feeling the earth, I just feel really connected, just right from the start, really grounded. Mother Earth, I just felt so much respect for, and I think I was one of those like bowing. The sun, I felt really drawn to, like I wanted to move closer to. In the moon, I kind of felt like this is good. I wouldn't say it felt like fear, but it was like, I don't think I really want to go closer.
Mhm.
Maybe I can inch forward gradually, but I almost felt like I'm good here. I don't want them, like, I've got enough moon. I need some of the other things. Maybe that's what that was. I'm not sure. Mother Earth felt very, like aside from me, I just kept seeing like earthquakes, just rumbling and shifting. And so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So let's actually bring yourself back down to the center here. And it feels like, let's just look again at feeling the earth. And what I'm hearing is, I forgot to do that. So let's just acknowledge that we sometimes forget to do that and touch our skin, the bottom of our feet with the earth, and how much we need that. So let's just put a little note to self there. Yeah. And honoring feeling the earth. Okay, let's add the next step here. We're going to add hearing the birds. Hearing the birds. We'll place them next to feeling the earth. And let's look at hearing the birds. Let's feel into hearing the birds and see what shows up. What do you see? What are they doing? What do you hear? Let's just take a moment of silence to hear that. And then placing your hand on you, it feels like some of you want to come closer. So go ahead and make that movement. So we're seeing and hearing the birds right now. A lot of these birds haven't been out as free as they've been recently. And their songs are louder. Their songs are more joyous. Let's hear if there's a message from the birds to me now, to you. Let's hear that message. And some of you have something to say to the birds in gratitude, acknowledging their song. Anyone want to share what they're experiencing with the birds, hearing the birds?
Yeah, this is Terrence. I just wanted to say that I feel very connected through the birds to Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of like a gateway or something. It's really grounding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really interesting, Terrence. So I'm like, the movement, I actually feel you turn here. So kind of, there's this triad here. It's really interesting. Very beautiful. It's like the song reminds you of connecting to Mother Earth, and it's just there, that beautiful triad.
Yeah, it's very reassuring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very beautiful. All right, let's add to the next step. We're going to add being with the ocean. Being with the ocean. We're going to place being with the ocean next to healing the birds. I'm sorry, hearing the birds. Healing the birds may have been a slip, but everything gets to be included in the field. Yes, the birds are healing. So let's peel into being with the ocean. How does being with the ocean feel? How is the ocean right now? Now, feeling into me now, how do you relate to being with the ocean?
So for me, hearing the birds and being with the ocean reminds me to listen to the rhythms of Mother Earth instead of listening to whatever nonsense is going in my head.
Yeah. So it feels like some of you, let's take a step closer to being with the ocean. There feels like there's some distance there. Let's take another step, just noticing. Let's take another step and actually connect with being with the ocean. So feeling into both of them. So one hand on me now, one hand on being with the ocean. Feel that connection now. Who else wants to share? Also noticing how being with the ocean relates to hearing the birds. Perhaps feeling on being with the ocean and then also feeling on Mother Earth. Feeling the connection there. So going back to these other parts of your field and seeing how they relate to one another. And also notice when you are placing your hand on me now, what are you drawn to right now? So before we move on to the next step, let's actually look at that. So take me now and just follow your movement. Feels like some of you are actually drawn to the sun. Some of you are drawn, it feels like, to the moon to rest. Some of you are finding great peace being just with Mother Earth and just looking, being with. So perhaps make that movement and go back to feeling the earth. Feels like there's an awareness of, I've forgotten to do this, or I haven't been able to do this. And this is so healing, just doing that. And now it's like this noise pollution seems to have lessened, and now I can actually hear the birds and their song. And we haven't been with the ocean. A lot of us aren't allowed to up on the coast. But let's be with the ocean again. Let's connect with the ocean in the field. Connecting with what's going on inside the ocean. There's healing there as well. And there's also a lot that needs to be healed. And then following your movement again. So what happens to you on a day-to-day basis? So looking at, are we connecting when the moon comes out? Do we see the moon? So let's just look at her again. Noticing when she comes out, how long does she stay? Are we aware that she's there? Are we aware that she's there all the time? Noticing how much we're not aware that she's there. We can always count on her every day. Always. Pulling us, guiding us, letting us rest. And let's look at the sun now. The warmth that we receive just by being in its presence. The light, we see everything because of the sun. The reverence we feel for the sun. So looking again at Mother Earth, looking at all of these aspects of Mother Earth, the details of Mother Earth. Again, what do we do on a day-to-day basis? So let's just look at our day and let's look at feeling the earth. And then hearing the birds. And being with the ocean. Feels like for some of you, other bodies of water are coming up. Perhaps that's where you live. Let them come up. And let's take the next step here. We are going to bring in hugging a tree. Yes, we are. We're really going back to the basics here, guys. Hugging a tree. We are allowed to hug trees now. We do not have to follow any rules when it comes to trees and hugging. So let's place our hand on hugging a tree. And you can place your hand on you. It feels like some of you want to go up and actually hug the tree. Go ahead and do that. So if there's that movement, how does that feel to hug a tree? So I'm feeling a lot of the young parts of y'all come out. So feel into that. How does that feel? The nourishment. It's like a parent who you're hugging, and there's great comfort in that. Feels like there are some wise messages from the tree as well. So let's hear what those messages are. The tree and or trees want to tell you something. Listen to what those are. Great healing here. Who wants to share what they're experiencing?
I just wanted to share, because I've actually hugged trees before, really cool experience. But what I'm getting is that the trees like to be hugged.
Yeah. They do. Yeah. Because they get to comfort. Yeah. They love to feel loved too. Yeah. Message received. Anyone else want to share? And it can be of that experience as well when we were making that movement. Anyone else want to share?
I'm feeling a lot of hiccuping and burping.
Okay. Releasing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when you're feeling that in relation to right now, or what was going on here?
I think it was when we were being with the ocean and then we were with the moon and then we went to the tree. So at those 3 moments.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's some releasing going on for you. Let's feel into that. It feels like they're removing something from you, like there's a healing and also removing something from you. Yeah. So something that no longer serves you. Have you been doing some healing work lately?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's partly related to that. Like there was some like literal hiccups in you still. So they were helping to remove that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if it feels, go ahead and go, if you're still there, and let them work on you a little bit. It also feels like your angel healers, your guides are working with them too. So perhaps placing yourself here for a little while, because they're still doing feels like there's some angels doing some work on you, reconfiguring. Let them work on you a little bit, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Until it feels complete. All right, let's add. Yes, we are going to add smelling a flower. We're going back to the basics, guys. Smelling a flower. We're going to place this next to hugging a tree. And place your hand on smelling a flower. And let's just go up to that flower and smell it. So what are you doing? Perhaps you're changing ages. Again, is there a memory that comes up? So there's this innocence of childhood and that love of life and that possibility, and the world is amazing and open, that innocence, that again, open and heart of a child that smelling of flowers bringing out. Who wants to share what that feels like?
It's beautiful and light and innocent. I was making daisy chains. And this little young girl, and she's dancing around in a meadow. And I have been very connected to nature as a child, and still am. So very beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was smelling night jasmine, and it's very subtle, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Just memories of that.
So some of you, okay, I'm feeling, this might be you, Hisa. I'm feeling like there's some skipping that wants to go on. Like I'm seeing a young child who actually wants to like skip around. Again, really notice, so be with nature right now. Someone wants to hug a tree again, so do that. Hug a tree. I'm just seeing a lot of young kids joyously skipping around. Follow your movement. Go to the sun. Absorb the sun. Say hello to the moon. What is there for you? Follow your movement. Feel the earth. If you want to jump on it, jump on the earth and integrate again. Follow that for yourself. Also, listening to the birds, being with water, being with the ocean. What there is to say is, I should do this more often. Like, this is fun. I should do this more often. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. It's good to see everything so clearly. Okay, let's add the next step. Yes, we are going to taste of fruit. Taste of fruit. We'll place taste of fruit next to smelling of flower. It would be tasting of fruit. So let's do tasting of fruit or taste of fruit. Tasting of fruit would be more accurate. And let's place our hand on tasting of fruit and let's grab that fruit. So we're just going to go up next to it. So this is an organic, picked from directly from the plant, from the tree kind of fruit. Let's just enjoy that. Perhaps feeling the sun on us as we're doing that. It looks like we're also hearing the birds. So let's hear the birds. Let's just enjoy our fruit. Looks like there's some bees around as well. Perhaps they're smelling the flower. Notice the trees. Notice the grass. Just feeling, go ahead and touch Mother Earth. Really feel the ground as you're eating this fruit. Feels like for some of you, there's a turning around and thanking Mother Earth for this fruit. Perhaps thanking the tree. Also noticing if younger parts of you are really enjoying this right now. So many of our younger parts have come out lately because of this trauma. This is what they want right here, okay? They want to come back to the age, they want to enjoy this at that age that they're stuck in, okay? So that they can help heal. This will help heal them. They get to be young again. They get to jump around again. They get to smell a flower. No cares. So letting those parts come out and enjoy this. Those parts that need this right now, asking them to come out. And asking their angels to actually really rev up right now and show themselves in the field, support us in all this healing right here. So as we're having a nice, gentle walk in nature, asking them to show up and help in our healing here, because this is very healing. And it's gentle. We're doing a gentle constellation today. Anyone want to share? Go for it. Hisa?
So I have been buying fruit like apples and oranges, and some berries that are like staples. But now I'm thinking, wow, I really need to go buy mangoes. I need to treat myself to those things that I've been denying.
Yeah. That's a message for you.
Yeah.
Received?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The fruits of the earth, the pleasure. And you've been doing work around pleasuring, that's not going to come out right, but pleasuring the body, sensuality. And so that's part of that message for you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so let's turn this around. Let's turn me now around again. Let's just look. We're going to add one last thing here. We're going to add seeing the beauty. So we're really going to see the beauty, seeing the beauty. And we'll place seeing the beauty. We'll kind of complete this circle here. And let's have you look at seeing the beauty right now. And it feels like what there is to do is a movement. And if you have a different movement, follow your movement. So it feels like seeing the beauty wants to come next to me now. And kind of point some things out, perhaps. It feels like some of you may want to integrate with it. And as you integrate with it, go ahead around the circle again. Or perhaps next to you, it wants to show you and point out some things to you. There's an appreciation. And perhaps just having it in your field, you can now see the beauty on your own. You don't need this anymore. It can be part of the circle supporting you. So just look around, receive, feel. And I encourage you, and as I have you guys do these constellations, I really encourage you to follow your own movements as well as you listen to your own intuition and channeling messages. So receiving messages from the field, messages in the field can come straight from the angels, from your guides, and also from what we represent in the field. So I encourage you right now to if you're drawn to ask the field if there's anything else that I need to hear, or if you want to go to one particular part of your field to receive a message, if you're drawn to that, go ahead to that part, or see if there's a message for you. Or you could just kind of go around the circle. And then when you've done that, when you ask for any last messages, let's go back to Mother Earth. Let's go right in front of her. And perhaps it's actually connecting to her. And as you do that, feel all of this around you. So connecting with her, presence the moon, presence the sun, presence their journey on a day, presence the journey in a year. Knowing that this is all here, always, and it's you connecting to it. It is always connected to you. It is you connecting to it that it asks for. Anyone else want to share anything that about this little constellation or about the end here?
Mother Earth was telling me she loves us to dance. And it is gently, kind of with our feet, we are like gently massaging her. She receives the joy in that, or whatever the emotion is. But it feels like that's what I have been doing the whole time in different ways, relating to each part in a way. My whole body feels like I was somewhat tired when we started this constellation, and now it's like, yeah, I want to dance. my way of kind of sharing.
Yes. Yes, thank you. And there's also a message I'm hearing from the field that with all that we're experiencing right now, and some are experiencing, you know, deep stress and chaos and unknowns, and there's a lot of growth and healing and awesomeness and connected to the awakening that's happening. It's so much and so fast that the ask is to come out in nature and just chill. Just do what we just did. Just chill. Just receive, just relax, and be with nature. And it's actually more of a challenge right now because beaches are closed, trails are closed, things are closed right now, but they're still connecting with nature. There's always ways of connecting with nature. Take your shoes off, go outside. Really connect, listen, be with, feel the earth, hug a tree, smell a flower. Anyone else want to share before we end the constellation? Last thoughts?
For me, there was an aspect of myself that was like a really scared animal, like for instance, like a horse that didn't know what was happening and was really scared and anxious. And this constellation made me feel more embodied and grounded. So thank you, Megan.
Yes, yes, in a gentle way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Mother Earth is gentle, and some of the healing we go through is like knock us on our butt, pain. Let's dig, and we do a lot of constellations in the field with that, dealing with the trauma, looking at the trauma. Mother Earth is very healing in a very gentle way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also this to access right now too. We don't have to always, you know, dig, and we can just be gentle and heal here. Okay. Anyone else want to share? We'll take one last comment.
This is Terrence. I don't know how to put it, but when I really take this all in, it reminds me so much of when I was young. I lived on a little farm, and being in this space means that there really isn't even, I don't know, room or desire for self-criticism or judgment of others. It's just beauty.
Yeah. And it's really interesting, and thank you for sharing, Terrence. In our constellations that a lot of you have been involved in, it's really interesting because the archangels have shown up in this formation. So it's really interesting. So this is like this protection, this surrounding right now that we're really experiencing in life. And you know, those of us doing the constellation work, we're seeing it very much in the field right now. So I encourage you on that note, and we'll actually, the archangels feel like they are here already. And it feels like they're positioned around us. So asking them to really show their, let us feel their presence and support. Asking our guides to be with us and give us clear, gentle communication. Asking the angels to support us on our healing, on our journey. Asking the ancestors to give us strength to resource us. All right, guys, I think we're going to end this here. And I always encourage, maybe for like a day or so, if you guys can leave this out and come back to it and really represence the constellation, especially support constellations. And then not only that, go outside and do this. Go outside and do this tomorrow. Hisa, go outside and be with the moon tonight. Listen to the messages that you received. And so thank you guys so much for being part of this. Thank you to the new people. Thank you to the regs. I appreciate all of you. I think soon we'll be able to go back and do some regular deep constellation work, but I know tomorrow night we'll probably be ready to the coronavirus support group. Thank you all. As always, email me. I do one-on-one work. I do group work. Would love for you guys to I would love to connect with you. Give me some, email me if you guys want to do a particular type of constellation here. We do all sorts of constellations, and I just kind of feel into the field of what people want. But I would love suggestions, feedback, and anything else. Thank you guys. You guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.